That would have been crazy, man. KR. KR. There was, I'm telling you, man.
Shedeur Sanders. This is how
KR,
we.
before you start, I just want to, and this is for everyone, for the all the listeners. It's important that we can read well. It's important to be literate. And it's important to know, just like when you're talking, when you're writing, one small letter, you can change a whole sentence or the intonation. Imagine if there was an apostrophe after Shedeur's last name. That would have been crazy. That would have been a crazier story. That's all I'm saying, man. If there was an apostrophe, this would have been totally.
This is a crazy way.
This would have been a totally different take.
This is how he walked in, man. He came in with high spirits. Fair use. He came in ready, RJ. He came in ready. Your team drafted him.
We've been over this, man. It's not my team. It's not my team. When
your team since
I didn't even watch NFL. I wasn't even watching the NFL. I was watching NBA, and then I got caught up in the Baker Mayfield hype. You went on and bought me Baker Mayfield gear, and I thought I have to become a Brown now, and they sucked ever since. But I have to say that I do have a soft spot.
On the field ever since.
I do have a soft spot for Cleveland. So hey, let's see, man. I'm happy. So that I might jump back on the Browns bandwagon, but it's not my team. That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yes. So let's start to dive in deeper. When they drafted him, we dropped a video back when the draft went south for him. Do you remember what we talked about? One thing that still stands till this day, and this is why we have such a great show. Do you remember what we said back then?
We said a lot of things, but referring to Shedeur, the father.
Should I say
something about Dion?
No, about his qualities. If he's as good as people say he is, it shouldn't be a problem for him to take over.
Yeah. Because
he balled out.
Yeah, he did ball out, but it was the preseason.
Wait, you gotta build it up. You gotta build it up. You gotta build the burger. In the middle is
you're the type of friend. You're the type of friend that will advise another friend. I know she rejected you 6 times, but that means she really wants you. You have to try a 7th one. You're that type of friend.
You gotta try it. You gotta try it another time. Let me record it. I want some content, man.
I know your business was failed 3 times, but do the same thing the 4th time. It will work then. You don't need to change anything. Just the 4th time is the charm. But and we did say that. But KR, at the same time, I think that if they were convinced, because people were talking about his attitude, not really his game. They were saying that he blew. Well, yeah, they were saying that he blew interviews. He came in with an attitude, etc. So, and before that, he was projected to go in the 1st round, and he ended up going in the 4th or 5th. In the 5th round.
5th round.
And Cleveland
wasn't
number 1. Okay. Cleveland, who was one of the teams that was regarded as a likely landing spot, skipped him on a couple of occasions. even took another quarterback.
Yeah, Dylan. Oh, I
But this is
thought
the
that was
preseason, so I don't know if in the next game they're gonna start someone else, because I saw the depth chart and he was the fourth QB.
yeah, and they have
That's
6.
the veteran first who changes team every year. It's like the lottery
No.
pick of quarterbacks.
No, he doesn't change teams every year. Well, okay, maybe you're right. He does change. He has changed a couple of teams lately, but this is his second time he's back in Cleveland.
Okay.
For second season back to back, if I'm not mistaken, or the second time in 3 seasons that he's back. Joe Flacco, you're talking about, of course.
Joe Flacco, yeah.
Yeah, they have Kenny Pickett as the number 2 in the depth chart, but he's limited due to hamstring. We have Dylan Gabriel, who's also the third. Well, they drafted him before Shedeur, so it would be crazy if they would put Shedeur on third, as the third in the depth chart. But Dylan also is dealing with some hamstring tightness, so he's limited. And they recently traded for Tyler Huntley, which used to play at the Ravens. He went to Miami and now he's here. He's healthy. And of course we have the Masseur's genius, Deshaun Watson, but he is out for I think, is it 1 or 2 Achilles tears?
Oh, Deshaun.
Sean, I'm not
3.
sure.
3.
3, yo. Anyway, so the
all legs are injured, man.
all legs.
KR. KR.
By the way, he married recently. I hope he has I hope he's
You know
not
what we call
doing.
that's what we call a smoke screen. KR, I'm gonna tell you something. Kenny Pickett is a dope name. Imagine
It's a dope name. He also throws.
imagine if he was like a safety.
Yeah, that
And
would
then
have
they
been
will say, can he pick it? Yes, he can. That's
Can he
dope,
pick it
man.
or he picked it?
But it can also be like a racist. So maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't.
He's white, so
Thank God it's not the Cleveland.
he has the
Thank God
complexion of the protection.
Thank God it's not the Cleveland Cottons. That's one because that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy, man. KR. KR. There was, I'm telling you, man. KR. Hey, but let me tell you one thing, man. I found it dope to see Shedeur balling, because I think that they did him wrong. But he wanted to show him a lesson. His ego's only gonna get bigger if he lands the first spot, KR, and he balls out. His ego's gonna get bigger.
So let's go into the technical detail of preseason games. Preseason games are usually have a lot of guys that are bodies. They call them bodies, literally. Camp bodies, training camp bodies. So you get guys that came back from the office. They worked the whole year as an insurance salesman, and now they want to maybe join the NFL for. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but you don't get a lot of guys. They start with a 50-man roster, and they keep cutting people up until they have the maximum amount. So there's a lot of guys in here that are playing that won't even make the team. Usually in preseasons these days, they don't even play the first team, or they play selected players in the first team. So it's a good thing for him, to be honest. I think it's a good thing that he showed that he can ball with, he can play, he can score points, but he still has a lot of things to work on. And I don't think they're gonna put him as a
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's you or me. In any case, what I'll say is the following, as we're waiting on KR. Shedeur has that winner's pedigree. This is going to be the first time we're going to see him play without his father as a coach. This is going to be the first time we're going to see him fight for a spot, actually, because every team he went on, Dad was putting him as a starter. And I think that it's going to be interesting to see how he performs. I think the Browns might favor the other quarterbacks over him, ideally. So I do think that if it's like a 50-50, they would give the green light to another quarterback, one of the other quarterbacks. Because I still think that the Browns aren't really convinced that he's not going to cause them problems with drama and so on and so forth. But I think that people are expecting him to be so good that he can be ignored. Maybe like a type of Aaron Rodgers type of player who will always get the benefit of the doubt because he's a good player.
Yeah, I was cooking, and it seems like Shedeur's team was trying to take me out of commission. So my bad. They tried to block the truth. No, but what I was trying to say was, I think that it's a good thing that he showed that he was able to perform within this setting. But I don't think if they want to fill the team and they want to fill the player, which is Shedeur, they're gonna play him in the NFL games. He's still a developmental player. There's a lot of things that he has to work on, which is timing. He stands too much and tries to figure out things in the pocket. He has to work more on his timing. Still, you can see that during the game. Sometimes he tries to stretch the play a bit too much. But that's the problems which he did. Those are habits that he created in college, where he was basically trying to hold the ball too long, and that's something you cannot do in the NFL. So I think personally, I think this is a good start. I think it doesn't look good for Dillon Gabriel. They have now 6 guys, which Deshaun is a scratch for the season. So he's done. And they probably, if they're not gonna cut him, he's gonna be cut at the end of the season, because I think he has only 1 year left on his contract. So that's done. Tyler Huntley, they're gonna keep him around. And then you have Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel and Joe Flacco. Joe is gonna be the number 1 starter. I think they're gonna put Tyler Huntley as the second in the depth chart and Shedeur as the third. And then they're gonna cut Kenny and Dillon. That's how they're probably gonna do it. Just guys, remember, Joe Flacco first, Tyler Huntley the second, Shedeur as third, and then they're gonna cut Dillon and Kenny. And Deshaun, if they cut him, it doesn't matter. We already got his money, so who cares?
Yeah.
But they're not gonna go into the season. They're not gonna go into the season with 6 guys, not even 4. They gotta cut at least 2.